IWC have been making a lot of smart moves in the last few years, and I feel so excited about them as a brand. And I think the F1 movie is the perfect illustration of everything they've been getting right, which is in cinemas very soon, and I cannot wait. Today, I want to talk about the 2025 novelties that you will be seeing in the F1 movie and inspired by the F1 film, and why I think it is so smart that IWC is investing in Formula One further than they already were. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and on this channel we just talk all things watches. This video is going to be particularly awesome because it's a collision of my three favorite things: Formula One, films and cinema, and watches. So I had to make this. So the Formula One film is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who was the director of Top Gun Maverick, which also happens to feature a lot of IWC, and is one of my favorite films of the last decade, maybe of all time. Not my favorite film of all time, but it's in the top 10. I love films that were made to be viewed on the big screen, and the Formula One movie is one of those films. But yeah, you're not here to listen to me gush about movies that I quite like. Let's talk about some of the watches we're going to be seeing in the Formula One movie. Let's go from the most practical to the least practical, starting with the limited edition Ingenieur Automatic 40 with a green dial. This is inspired by the film prop Brad Pitt's character, Sunny Hayes, will be wearing. So this is an Ingenieur Automatic 40 in stainless steel, limited to 1,000 pieces. It has all those Ingenieur design cues with the iconic case shape and bracelet, grid pattern dial, but in a striking green colorway with gold-plated appliques. This is chef kiss, mwah. So I have been hands-on with this a few times. This is one of the real standout pieces of 2025 for me. I think what the Ingenieur does so well is proportions and finishing. The proportions are just magic. Everything is exactly right, and it is finished to a high degree. The brushing is beautiful, with just the right amount of polished surfaces to make it feel elevated without feeling flashy. As far as Genta designs go, this is very subdued and restrained, very IWC. You will notice that the hands and hour markers are gold-coated and filled with superluminova, creating a warmth, but still very legible. This has a closed case back, which I controversially prefer, and it is powered by the IWC manufacturer caliber 32111 with 120 hours of power reserve. Oosh! Very big fan of these. I wish I had one so I could wear it to the cinema. It's fantastic. Moving on, there are three other watches inspired by the film. So there is the Big Pilot's Watch chronograph Apex GP in 43mm and 41mm. Everything about these nods to the Apex team in the film, with the black and white colorway, with gold elements pointing to the team's colors. These both have a stainless steel case, subdials are gold-plated and filled with white superluminova. Both chronographs have a tinted sapphire case back with the Apex GP team logo printed in gold. These both have 100 meters of water resistance, which is absolutely fantastic for this style of watch, and a cool rubber strap, making it feel sporty and robust, and further nodding to the film with the Apex GP logo laser engraved. I freaking love these. I think the 41mm is the one that I'm the most tempted to add to my life. So I have a neo-vintage IWC Aqua Timer Automatic 2000. I love it, but I need an IWC Chrono, and I think the 41mm would be a cool oversized. Yeah, super tempted. The final watch featured in the film is the Pilot's Watch Performance Chronograph 41 in 18 karat 5N with a sapphire case back. Oh baby, these are genuinely beautiful. The 18 karat 5N is so buttery, a gorgeous alloy. This has a black lacquer dial, 100 meters of water resistance, and the same dial layout as the previous chronographs. These are powered by the IWC manufacturer caliber 69385, which is a self-winding chronograph movement in a classic column wheel design. I feel like the dial layout is a little bit busy, there's a lot going on, but I wouldn't say that is to a fault. It looks like a technical instrument, and that's exactly what it is. So those are the watches that will be in the film, but what I really want to talk about is IWC's place in F1 in a larger sense, and why I think they're being pretty clever in the way they are positioning themselves right now. If you keep up with Formula One, IWC is already synonymous with AMG Mercedes. When George Russell is doing interviews, I'm already trying to see what IWC he's wearing. And when they release watches like the Toto Wolff Patronus shock absorber, I'm like, yeah, makes sense. Edit that out. I think strong brands make strong strategic partnerships. They are careful with who they select and affiliate themselves with, and they are in it for the long haul. Like Omega and James Bond, Rolex and Wimbledon, IWC and AMG Patronus feels like that for me. But I am a Formula One person. I'm a Formula One fan. So of course I make these associations. What about the more casual viewer? I think this is where the Formula One movie comes in. This is now going to be, when you think of Formula One, you will have to think of IWC, and that is brilliant. F1 has been having a bit of a moment with the success of Drive to Survive and the addition of quite a few American circuits as well. As a sport, it might be at the height of its popularity, and it's this time of growth and a whole new hype and energy. And even though IWC's investment in F1 predates this hype, for them to see this moment in time be heavily involved in films like Formula One, I think it is incredibly clever, and it is going to pay off in dividends. F1 and watches belong together. On the surface, it's a premium sport, so it makes a lot of sense to tie in with premium brands. But on a deeper level, they are disciplines that combine technical advancements, experimental materials, and human ingenuity on the highest level. Form und Technik. Form and technology. It might be because I'm a Formula One person, but this appeals to some deep part of me. Whenever I am trying to get people into Formula One, which is about 40% of my personality, I usually pitch it as the marriage of engineering, strategy, and the human spirit. How can you not be interested in this sport? It's so awesome. There's the automotive side of it, so that's the engine, aerodynamics, materials, among a host of other things. There's the strategy, the big brain aspect to it, when to pit, tire strategy, fuel management, weather, analysis of race conditions. And there's the driver side of it, the way they drive, their style, their temperament. It is Form und Technik. And that's what IWC is. That's what watches are. Watches are the marriage of form and technology. And brands like IWC are doing this to the highest order, to the highest degree. Last watch I want to look at, I think this perfectly illustrates it. If we look at something like this is my favorite watch they released this year, the Big Pilot's Watch Shock Absorber Tourbillon Skeleton XPL. This isn't practical at all. I mean, look at how massive it is on me, 44mm case diameter. But I think this is the definition of Form und Technik. When I first saw this at a press event before Watches and Wonders, I gasped. It literally made me gasp. This is not legible, this is not practical, and it is not meant to be. This is a serious bit of engineering, pushing materials and technology as far as they can be pushed. This is a machine, and telling time is a side quest. And on top of that, they have added a flying tourbillon. A very delicate enhancement added to a sports watch. It's so unnecessary and cool, it's almost just showing off. This watch was made for extreme gravitational forces, or G-force, with the ability to withstand accelerations in excess of 10,000 G, which is a ridiculous number. To put this into perspective, G-forces of 4 to 6 G are considered fatal for humans. In Formula One, the average car can generate up to 6 G, and a Formula One car will generate around 4 to 5 G at the apex of a corner, meaning the driver will feel 5 times heavier because of the gravitational force. Astronauts, during the initial launch, experience up to 3 G. So yeah, Formula One drivers are freaking impressive, and this watch is insane. Does anyone actually need this? No. Is it so freaking cool and an awesome bit of engineering? Yes. Okay, where am I going with this? I'm excited for the Formula One film, is what I'm trying to say in this video. This is in cinemas June 25th here in the UK, 27th in the US and Canada. I am obviously going to be seeing this as early as I can, opening night. So excited. If you are doing some watch spotting during the film, that's everything you need to know about the watches that will be in there. And I'd love to know what you think about these models. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you down there. And now, Pope tier patrons, the best, the most gorgeous, the most perfect people on earth. Their names would be on the screen right now.